Welcome back, High Vibe Tribe. My name is Jeria Marie, and this is going to be your Aries December 2019 reading. Now, we have the same cards as we do always, and without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this reading, okay? Like all of my other videos, you guys can see the timestamps below if you don't like the pre-shuffle and you're just interested in the message. That'll be either in the comment section or in the description section, or possibly both. All right, also Aries, something that I want to say for you guys is that if you guys would like to book a personal reading, how to do that is also in the description below. And guys, I just want to give a shout out to my November readings that I did not too long ago, about a month ago. You guys, we are slowly but surely growing in the YouTube world. So if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you go ahead and subscribe now. Support the channel, support the messages, and hit that subscribe button. Things of that sort, guys. Also, if you guys have not checked out your sun, moon, rising sign collective readings for December as well, I do tell people to also look at that, because sometimes you don't resonate with just the sun sign. As many of you guys know, we are a collective of signs. We have many different signs, okay guys? 12 houses, 12 signs, a whole bunch of different planets. So go ahead and check out your big three, which is your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. And check out the readings for December for those as well, because you may resonate a little bit more with those readings if you don't only resonate with your sun sign. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this reading, guys, okay? And this is for Aries. As we always do, I do a layout of 4 cards for 4 weeks, and then we get some clarifiers for these cards at the bottom, which is usually just, the clarifiers are usually just, you know, clarifying the message behind the 4 weeks, and then we go into some of the oracle and the reading cards to get a bit more messages there. All right. So this bottom of the deck energy is the Death card. Now, this has been the collective theme for the ending of 2019 and November, really. The end of October, beginning of November. I really want to say Scorpio season. Scorpio rules transformation and things of that sort. And today's the 20th, so Scorpio season ends tomorrow. So the collective energy has been and will be transformation for December. But for the most part, I'm picking this up as things that are resulting and coming from this transformation that you guys have been undergoing. And not only just you guys, Aries, 2019 as a whole, as a collective, as a singular consciousness, singular energetic source that we all drive and derive from, has been transformation themed for 2019. And December is just no different, basically, is what I'm picking up. So with this at the bottom of the deck, this is just furthering, deepening that transformation. What I'm getting with this bottom of the deck energy is that December is going to be the finalization of this transformation, in a sense. So like I always do, we have week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4 for you guys. If you guys notice, I did shuffle a little bit different. I've just been called to do different types of shuffles these days, different kind of layouts and things of that. So each video may be different of how I shuffle based off of what I'm called to do. So for my Aries, in week 1, we have Judgment with the 10 of Wands. So starting off in December, there's going to be a judgment call to the responsibilities and all the things that you guys have on your plate. I feel like some of my Aries, they have a multitude of projects. Wands represents like goals and aspirations and things like that. So some of my Aries, they don't want to let some things go. You guys have been holding on to a lot of different projects, different aspirations, different goals, different things of that sort. And there's going to be a judgment call on that. I see this mostly for week 1 as you guys making a decision of prioritizing which projects deserve the majority of your attention up front and which things are just heavy loads that you're carrying that doesn't even really serve your highest and greatest good for week 1. There's going to be some decisions being made to release some things. You guys are going to be feeling a little bit of the weight of all the responsibilities that you guys have taken on in week 1. And there's going to, I'm sorry guys, I keep hitting the camera. There's going to be a need for you guys to decide in week 1 which things to let go of and release. And again, this death card is also loss, endings, and things like that. So deciding which things do not get to be taken with you guys into 2020. Already in week 1 of December, you guys are making those decisions because that time is ticking and it's getting louder and louder for my Aries. It's like a clock and you guys are hearing it and you guys are understanding in week 1. Some things just cannot go with you. Some things cannot lead into and come into this new life with you. And you're just holding too many responsibilities, too many things. So you guys are going to be deciding and prioritizing what responsibilities you want to take on and which ones you're just going to be like, yeah, no, I'm going to just leave this here in 2019. Now for week 2, we have the 3 of Cups with Temperance. And what I'm seeing here in week 2 is some sort of celebration. There's going to be this internal celebration. And the only reason I say this is because it's paired with this Temperance card, which is like a listening within. For my Aries, you guys have been waiting for this calling from Spirit for quite some time. There's been this wanting, this needing for an answer to something. Now, I can't exactly predict what type of answer you guys are looking for, but I do feel that as a whole, as a collective for the sign of Aries, whether that's your sun, moon, or rising, you guys have been wanting to know the answer of how to proceed about something or just a little bit more information about something. So in week 2, there's going to be, it's kind of like a meditative feeling that's going to relieve and give you those answers you need. It's going to be kind of like that aha moment, like finally, I wish I knew it was that simple all along. And there's going to be a celebration or fulfillment or just an overflowing. This is also what I look at, literally the divine pouring into you. If you notice here, this cup is spilling, and then in the Temperance card, it's coming straight down into his crown chakra. So this is a very internal blessing, a very, so to say, inner knowing, an inner answer directly from Spirit. And it's going to cause you deep, deep fulfillment. And this is going to be internal fulfillment for week 2, guys. I don't necessarily see you guys going out partying and having fun with friends and others, which very well could be something that you guys do. But for the most part, I see you guys celebrating just answers, celebrating finally knowing, and it being an internal celebration. It could also be something that some type of insight you guys are receiving internally about yourself. That is just like, wow, I never had that clarity that I act like that, or that I do that, or I am that great. And there's just going to be a joy in knowing now. In week 3, you guys have the Ace of Wands and the Page of Cups. Now, I want to take this back to week 1 because I feel like it's going to wrap around to week 3. You guys have been starting a lot of different projects, a lot of different business ventures, a lot of passion projects that have become burdensome to you. So once you decide to let go some things that don't really need to be started now or done now, in week 3, the reward is paid for that because now you guys have mental clarity. When all these thoughts and ideas were in your head, it was very burdensome for my Aries. And now that you guys release some of those things that you said, hey, okay, I can put this off until later, week 3, it comes full circle and it serves you. You guys have the Ace of Wands with the Page of Cups. So what I see this as is sharp mental clarity as to the new venture, the new developments that you guys are going to be branching off into for 2020. There's a lot of, before in week 1, I felt a lot of cloudiness, a lot of just knowing in a sense what ideas of how to proceed, but just not knowing where to start, how to start it. What do I do first? And now there's a more clarity because you guys took the time to release some of those goals that you had in mind that just doesn't need to be done right away. So week 3, you guys get the confirmation of that with mental clarity on this new development. You guys are branching out. You guys are evolving, and there's a sharp, clear route as to what you need to take and how you need to allow this creative project to unfold. This can also be new clarity in regards to love and stuff like that, or something within a relationship. But I mostly see this as insight about birthing something new. For any of my Aries out there that could possibly be pregnant, congrats. But for the most part, the energy that I'm feeling is just a new development and new mental insight as to how you guys can proceed with that mental clarity. Now for week 4, you guys have the King of Coins paired with the Two of Wands. So what I take this as is not only grounded approach and practicality, but also a decision. And I feel this is more of a decision to be grounded or to go out and fulfill your dreams and create your world within. So right at the end of the year, what you're going to be receiving is a decision that needs to be made. And this is going to be a decision between taking a practical route and taking a more, I guess, I'm trying to find the appropriate word, a more non-practical, I guess we can say, routes. I'm also seeing here a decision between 2 earth signs, only because this coins represents earth, and then she has the world here in her hand, which to me also represents earth. For some of you, it's going to be a decision between a man and your passions. So for some of you, moving forward on these creative projects, you guys are not going to necessarily be able to take your interest or love interest with you, or if you guys are guys, an earth sign with you. For others of you, it's just that decision to have it all, choosing everything you want versus always deciding one or the other. So some choices made in week 4. Mostly what I'm picking up for the collective is just decisions on practicality or impractical measurements of how you guys are going to proceed. I'm going to go in next with some clarifying cards from this Sacred Spirit reading cards like we always do. There's some decks that I'm looking to get, Aries, and I'm trying to decide when I'm going to purchase them and break those in. So I cannot wait to do that for you guys. I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but I might be shuffling off camera. So if I am, bear with me while we get these messages for you all. So I'm going to pull 2 collective, 2 cards from this Sacred Reading card deck. And we're going to see what messages Spirit has for my Aries. Okay. The first one we have is Dark Night of the Soul, Life Brings New Meaning. So this is that transformation energy, like we outlined at the bottom of the deck there. This is just you guys coming into understanding like life has a whole new purpose. The way you've been living your life necessarily might not have been ideal to what you always wanted, what you strived for. A lot of my Aries have been in responsibility mode in a sense. And now In 2020, you guys are getting the opportunity to be a little more lenient, you know, and I know that's hard for my Aries to hear. What? No responsibilities? Well, we're the older brothers and sisters of the zodiac, and Spirit is saying, yeah, you guys have been mom and dad to the zodiac signs essentially for the longest. So take some time and decide for yourself what makes you happy. Not everything is a go mode or responsibility. Tap into that playful side of my Aries, because my Aries, you guys are very playful. You guys are the elders and serious and very do it first zodiac signs, but on the inside, you guys are very playful and kitty, and you guys are getting the opportunity to really have dreams. That's what I'm hearing. You guys can dream again, and life is not gonna, you know, there's not gonna be any need to do anything other than dream in 2020, excuse me, and make those dreams come into fruition, bringing those dreams from the cosmos down to the earthly realm. So we're going to go ahead and pick another card. Yeah, Kundalini rising. Ignite your passion for life. For so many of you, you guys have just been doing what you guys were told, the jobs that you guys had, just things of that sort. And now you guys are being able to come out of that and go into some passions, releasing some of these burdens of not ever fulfilling your passions because you have families, or you gotta work, or you're an older brother or sister, or there's responsibilities, or whatever the case may be. You guys are now being able to ignite those passions, light that fire in you, because you guys are fire signs. At the bottom of the deck, we have Sacred Divinity. There's 2 paths ahead. So just like I was saying before, there's a need to, in the last week of December, essentially the last week of the year, you guys are going to be choosing, do I go with the grounded approach and continue how I've been, or do I go with the passion side? Do I allow myself to be birthed new and ignite this passion of life that I haven't been accessing for so long, Aries? So we're going to go in with the Work Your Light Oracle card deck and get some clarifiers. Probably going to do 3 to 4 of these for the week. And get just some answers and some advice on what my Aries can do during this time period. What is best for my Aries? The first card, Birthing of a New Age. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So I take this as you guys are going to be choosing and creating this new world, but it starts with you guys letting some things go that have been on your plate for so long. My Aries have been waiting to birth this new creation. You guys also got this card, which Page of Cups, which represents birthing new ideas, creations, possibly even a new baby. Just taking the fertility of your thoughts and creating them into a physical source. And this answer card is suggesting you guys take that idea that you guys are getting and allow it to come into fruition, allowing it to birth something new. You also have deep replenishment, rest, and be held. And I see this heavy on this week's energy when you guys are getting those insights. A lot of you guys are having a hard time making some decisions in regards to what you guys want to do, how to proceed next, what's next for you. You guys are kind of in this in-between space in a sense, and that's only because you guys have not you guys haven't gave yourself some time to really think about what do you want to do. You guys haven't taken the time to really dive into spirit. For some of you who have, you've been taking a little time to listen, but Spirit's just not ready to reveal it quite yet on how to proceed and what exactly to do. So give yourself some time in the middle of December to really not beat yourself up, not have a need for a decision right away, but just to rest and nourish yourself, and then the answers will be made clear of how to proceed. Closing out the end of this year, we have Break the Chain, Ancestral Patterns, Healing, and Rewriting the Future. I'm really being drawn to this portion that says Rewriting the Future. She even looks like, I don't know why I keep saying she, so maybe a lot of my Aries watching this are women, but she looks like she's holding like a pen or 2 pens, and it's like, which story do I write with which pen? And that's the decision you guys are going to be making in 2019, the end of it, leading you guys into 2020 is, how do you want to rewrite your future? Where do you want to go from this? Do you want to be practical in your approach, or do you really want to go with the passion projects that you guys have always dreamed about? And at the bottom, you have Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So there's a need to you know, the energy I'm picking up with my Aries is that you guys have always taken care of everyone else. You've always taken care of everyone else's interests, everyone else, as far as family, children. You guys are always mothers to everyone else but yourself. And there's a need for my Aries to just take time and say, no, I'm not leading into 2020 with the idea or the theory or the insight or whatever you want to call it of anyone's interest in mind but my own. What do I want to do? How do I want to nurture this? How do I want to evolve? I don't want to think about anyone else's responsibilities. I don't want to think about who I have to take care of. Because when you take care of yourself, you take care of others, because then you have more ability to serve others. And not saying that you have to serve everyone you encounter, but there's a need to start with yourself first, Aries, and really make decisions for yourself. Not in a selfish sense, not saying don't consider your family, because family is a great thing, but you guys have to choose for you. Don't allow any other factors, any other people to determine the decision you guys are making. Because this is going to be a big decision. Essentially, this is the decision you guys are making that will outline the rest of your 2020. So this is not only 2020, but your 20s, your 2020s. So this entire decade's choice is being made from this month and this year, how you decided to live. You're building yourself up for the next decade of either responsibilities, burdens, or blessings you want to receive. So in making this decision, understand that some of these people you factor into why you go about or don't go about certain things may not even ride the whole decade out with you. So there's a need for you guys to pull back a little and really choose from your heart, because in 10 years, these people you're worrying about so heavily. Oh my gosh, I have kids. Well, will they be grown in 10 years? Are they even going to be in your house? Or, you know, things of that sort. So make this decision for this next decade, Aries, solely on you. And choose to mother yourself in these decisions. All right, Aries, that is the end of your December 2019 reading leading into 2020. I'll also have a 2020 collective reading for Aries up in December, so be on the lookout for that. And like I said in the beginning, timestamps were below if you guys didn't get a chance to look at them. And also be sure to check out your moon, your rising, and your sun signs readings, just to bring the messages in full circle. So without further ado, Aries, that is your reading, and I hope you guys have a blessed December. Bye now.